Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Capricorn weekly tarot bite reading for the week of July 17th through the 23rd. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. My name is Lauren. Hi, and welcome to everyone returning. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means so much to me. And for everybody who is new, thank you so much for watching. I hope you get something useful out of this reading. So this is meant to be a short reading for the week, just looking at the energy for the week ahead, about 10 minutes or so. And we're going to be looking at the energy based on the two cards that came out in the general collective reading that was posted on Sunday, which is up on my channel if you'd like to view the full reading. But the two cards that came out were Poised and the King of Pentacles. Now, the way that kind of showed itself in the reading was Poised was showing that we are all kind of this week taking that breather. This is that transition week of the old cycle we're closing, where we kind of get a chance to say, okay, we ran that race, we mastered that something in that last cycle, and now we kind of get a chance to, okay, take the breather after that last marathon, but we're not going to be getting much rest, let's put it that way, that this week is kind of the catalytic week as we move into the end of the week. We're moving into Leo season. We've got Venus going retrograde on the 22nd in Leo. That retrograde will be lasting through September. So there is this feeling of really major shifts because of that, looking at really big shifts in our in what we value, how we value. But then we also have the North Node and the South Node moving from Taurus and Scorpio into North Node moving into Aries, South Node moving into Libra. So there's this big push of the self, of the realization of the I. But the I in direct relationship to what you value now after going through the North Node in Taurus for the past 18 months. So this really is, when we look at this card coming out, Poised, that's what that really speaks to. We are poised, we are ready to jump, ready to take that leap towards our star, to pull in what we want to experience in the physical, which is King of Pentacles. This is the individual who really has mastered something in the physical in the last cycle. So there's something that each one of us on an individual basis has mastered, whether this is mastering our finances, whether this is mastering how we approach a way of managing our time and work. This is mastering something where maybe we got a degree, something along those lines, and we're getting ready to now utilize that as we move into the next cycle for ourselves. So what I'm going to do now, Capricorn, is we're going to take a look at what these cards mean specifically for you this week. I'll pull some additional clarifiers here, and we'll get a little deeper into the message. So Capricorn, what do we need to know about Poised? Ooh, and the card just leapt off the table there. Okay, so we have Two of Wands. Love it. This is it's a decision point for many of you. Two of Wands is where do we go from here? And it's asking you to make that decision. There is a new path opening up, a new direction for you to move into if you so choose, which is wonderful. So what is that choice? What is that new direction? Okay, let's see what else wants to come out. What else does Capricorn need to know about Poised? What does Capricorn need to know about? Ooh, cards are all over the place today. Let's get that a little shuffled in. Okay, so we also have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands and the Two of Wands. This is making the decision to put down a burden you've long carried. Ten of Wands, heavy burden. You can see the individual here. Look at him carrying all of those wands very precariously. That's someone who is moving very slowly, someone who is trying not to, what I would say kind of, how would I put it? Somebody's trying not to kind of shake the what's going on. You know, this is an individual who's probably learned how to carry that burden themselves. And it's saying at this point it's become unstable or unsustainable. And so there's a choice that you get to make that is going to be a way to get away from that, if that makes sense. That it's time now to make the choice. Do I continue to just make little teeny tiny movements as I'm trying to precariously balance all this stuff that I am trying to carry? Or do I put it down and free myself up to move quickly and more freely towards the new, where I'm not I'm not just burdened by all of that. And it's beautiful because when we think about pulling in our star, we think about pulling in this new dream, we think about pulling in, now that we've gone through that whole period of, again, the North Node in Taurus, where we really were looking at what we value and why we value it. There's a sense now of, okay, if that's what I value, then in order for me to bring that in faster, in order for me to be able to really enjoy the experience of that as well, I have to learn how to do it in a new way. And it can't be in the same way where I took it all on myself the last time, or I can't put all of these points of action in the same way, because it's not sustainable. It's something that stopped me from progressing. You can also see this too. I find it just intuitively with this image on this card specifically in this deck, that it almost feels too like the person's kind of not allowing others to even come close to them because of how they have arranged these wands, right? It looks almost like there's like a person's like a human pin cushion. People might want to come in to help, but they can't get close to the individual. So there's something here around, I think, moving away from maybe having too much going on in your life, too many things, too many points of action, too many decisions made that maybe, again, kept people kind of away from you. And this is saying you get to put that down. You get to open yourself up for people to come towards you too. I do feel like that there's something around that, Capricorn, that there's almost like an opening up as you release more of these burdens. There's a sense of allowing people to get close to you, and maybe even a sense of allowing people to come in and say, we can still take all of these with us, but we've been waiting for you to put it down so that we could each pick up 2 of those, and then go with you. There's a sense for some of you as well with the 2 of Wands that there could be a decision to travel or to move. That maybe, again, your whole family goes together someplace, but it's not just on you, it's everybody coming together to make that move. I'm kind of getting the sense of, I don't know why, like one of the last scenes of Dances with Wolves where, the Native American tribe is all kind of breaking down their encampment and getting ready together to move into the mountains for the winter. And there's a sense here of that. It's almost like everybody's like, okay, we're on board with this. Like, let's do it. Let's make this move. Let's make this happen, and let's all do it together. And since this is, again, a pivotal week, energetically wise, star-based wise for all of us, there's a sense here of maybe that this is like, that yes, we're looking at the energy for just this week, but this might be where you get that plan for that long-term vision, because a part of the King of Pentacles coming up was also about committing to the plan, really putting those points step by step and saying, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to start taking action towards it. So let's see what's coming up for the King of Pentacles for you guys. What does Capricorn need to know about the King of Pentacles? Okay, we have the Knight of Coins. This is actually what came up as a clarifier in the collective, which was, again, committing to the plan. This is having that long-term goal, getting the step-by-steps in place, and kind of making it easy for yourself, that you see what needs to be done. It's not going to be this, like, it's not going to be this, like, crazy, mess that it was the last time. This is saying you're committing to a very stable, a very steady plan, that where others are going to be a part of it. Now, for some of you with the Nine of Swords and the Fool, you're a little scared. You're worried about taking this leap. You're worried about moving into the new. And it could be simply just straight up, you're afraid that this is going to happen again, that you're going to be saddled with the entire burden of this new move, of this jump, this leap into something new. And yet the King of Pentacles says you have mastered something, Capricorn. You are a master in some aspect. You have mastered some aspect of your physical experience. And it's asking you to really rely on what you've learned about yourself, what you've learned about, again, how you work with your physical experience. Maybe you're a master prioritizer. And so you're like, you know what? I can do this. I know how to manage time. So I'm going to get everybody in line and I'm going to just start to say, okay, like, you're going to do this at this time. I'm going to do this at this time. I'm going to give us a 6-month time frame to make all of this happen. And, or you're a master at your financial Maybe you've mastered how to manage your resources financially. And so there's something now where you're saying, okay, I know this, yes, it's scary to make this jump, but I know that my ability, even when times are tough or when times are great, I know that I can figure out how to stick to a budget. I know that I can manage my physical resources on that level to be able to make this change, to get to this new goal. And again, it's just sticking to the plan. This is just steady goes it. This is the tortoise and the hare. This is the tortoise. The tortoise is always going to reach the finish line. And he does it in a way that is just very calm and steady and confident. And there's something coming through about that with you. It's just relying on that energy of slow and steady, that keep your eye on the prize, but every day move one step closer to that. Every day have something, again, because this is dealing with the physical experience, this is putting that plan into action step by step. This is not the waiting. This is not the dreaming. This is saying, get the plan on paper. And yes, there is going to be a lot of worry with the 9 of Swords coming in. These are the fears, the what ifs, but that you're being asked to take that leap. You're being asked to make that choice. Where do you go from here? And how can you choose a way now that is going to allow you to close out this cycle where you felt so burdened, where you were carrying so much, and where can you start to choose a new path that is going to lead you to be able to put down all of that and realize that probably there's a lot of help around you in this next cycle that wants to get you to that end goal, whatever that plan is for yourself. Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands, a card of success and recognition. So get ready for that to come in for you, Capricorn. It's a good cycle for many of you. All right, I'll leave it there. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, July's full tarot scopes are up on my website if you'd like to view, are up on my YouTube channel if you'd like to view yours. And I will be releasing August full tarot scopes probably starting at the end of next week. And if I don't see you there, I will see you next week for your next weekly Tarot Bite reading. Bye, Capricorn.